here we go, guys. Podcast number 3 with none other than Greglifts. Greglifts, Grant, Greg. Dude, I've been calling you Grant ever since. What do you prefer, ba? Grant or Greg?
Doesn't matter, man.
Doesn't matter.
It started as Grant, and then, well, my family calls me Greg kasi.
Okay.
So
family name Greg. Pero friends, or either way.
yeah, either way.
Sige.
I mean, I respond naman to both. Or Greglifts also.
So when you turn around, Greglifts.
Yo, what's up, bro?
So yeah, dude. So let's just start. First question. So what got
Go.
you into bodybuilding?
I think it was you guys. No shit, dude. Ano yun? That was like 2017, diba?
2017. Well, we met each other in AF, UPTC.
Yeah, that was 2017. I think early, cause that was before NAC.
And that's right. Okay, so
Yeah.
I met you at the gym. Actually, I remember exactly where you were seated. Weird nga, eh, but I can still remember that day. So you were on the hammer strength for back, the row machine.
Yeah.
You were there, and tapos I saw yung parang sobrang shredded yung shoulders mo. Na parang, shit, what's this guy is this guy gonna compete? So I came up to you and I'm like, bro, are you gonna compete? Because there was a competition, NAC.
Yeah.
I asked you if you were going to join NAC, and you were like, no, it's for a beach trip.
Yeah.
Diba? Tapos I was like, no, dude, you have to join. So, yun. So, I gave you the forms the next day. Tapos, yun. The rest is history.
Yeah, dude. that was sobrang random na nun. I was really just cutting parang summer shreds.
Summer shreds lang.
Like, and then I didn't even think about competing at all. And then that was I wasn't training legs much, diba? And then that was for physique. That was for physique.
You weren't training legs much, but dude, that's your highlight.
Then
The
now
quad
it
god.
is. Now it is. It took that entire 2017 for me to realize I had to train legs after.
Did you have any sports before that concentrated on legs, like running or track? You did track, no?
No, we didn't have. Well, we did have track, but I didn't do track. I was dancing.
Dancing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's where you got your foundation-ish, I guess.
I guess so, yeah. For movements in general, parang my body in space.
Mm-hmm. So how did you get your legs to grow, like, over that span of time? Like, did you really hammer it out with the volume? Did you start adding more exercises? Like, what was your routine to add size to your legs? Because, dude, it's undeniable. You have the freakiest legs in the Philippines. I'll just say it. Dude, you have the best legs.
That was, yun nga. So, we did, what was that? NAC in, I think, April 2017. And then after that was, like, Gemalin in, November, I think.
Yeah.
I know it was, like, a late show, eh. And then after that was when, basically, off-season, went for, like, that was my first time, actually, in an off-season. So, that was, like, 6 months.
In between.
Yeah. 6 months. So, that entire half of 2018 was just me doing a lot of legs. So, it was, I went straight into, like, DUP.
Okay.
6 days a week. I remember this was, like, upper, lower.
Mm-hmm.
So, I went from going once a week for legs to doing it thrice a week, pretty much.
Thrice a week.
Yeah, and then that was thrice a week of basically compounds, and then so that was like a squat, and then a heavy deadlift, and then leg press, leg curl, leg extension, and then calves. So that was like thrice a week of pretty much the same thing.
Damn.
Yeah.
So all the volume talaga in
Yeah.
the legs. Because the thing is, you started off, I know you joined physique first.
Yeah.
So when did you realize, no, I'm not going to do physique. I want to go straight into bodybuilding. When was the first competition that you tried bodybuilding?
So first, when I switched to bodybuilding was when I realized I couldn't win physique. Parang my upper body is not exactly, well, at least at that time, it wasn't the most developed. And I figured, physique guys, as in sobrang competitive kasi ng field dito for physique, diba? So,
Yeah.
Like I figured I wasn't gonna be competitive in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured might as well just go train legs na rin, just develop the entire body na lang.
Mm-hmm. Damn, and then you dominated legs, man.
Yeah, that was in so first show of bodybuilding was in 2018. That was what was that? A and B.
A and B,
Yeah.
okay.
And then after that was WNBF na. Was that 2018?
And that's when you and then that's when you got your pro card, diba?
Yeah.
And then when did you compete in Muscle Mayhem?
Muscle Mayhem was in July 2019.
July 2019.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw the picture of you standing next to
Yeah,
3DMJ Godfather. Dude, these are the top level natural guys in the world. And if you guys haven't seen that picture, Grant holds up. He looks better than a lot of them in a lot of the poses too, as in you should see the pictures. But yeah, man, as in grabbing leg growth mo, as in legit. Next question is home gyms or commercial gym?
You're asking me now. Definitely home gyms, dude. there's just no way I'm going to a commercial gym now.
Dude, you have a commercial gym in your home. So, medyo pointless no?
Pretty much, dude. I really don't plan on going back to a commercial gym for at least mga 5 years, I think. But I will continue to like upgrade this commercial gym at home type of thing. So yeah, that's just gonna keep going.
So, speaking of commercial gyms and setting up your own home gym, from someone who's built your own home gym from the ground up, what do you suggest for beginners who want to try building their own home gym? Like, what equipment should they invest in? What do you think is worthwhile to put more money into? What can they get secondhand? Things like that.
I think, well, I get this question a lot on my Q&As.
Okay.
I think the answer here would be it's highly dependent on how long they see themselves in a home gym setting.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's medyo short term lang naman, but they need something complete, it's usually you just get yourself an adjustable bench and adjustable dumbbells, and that should serve like most, if not all, of your movements. Maybe you might want to add like a pull-up bar somewhere there, but yun, everything naman you can do with just adjustable dumbbells adjustable dumbbells or a full set of dumbbells if you have the space. Or that and an adjustable bench should be enough. Maybe some
resistance.
Yeah, I was about to say
bands?
maybe some bands from booty bands. That's fine.
Or maybe some equipment from Iron Supply.
Yeah, that's good too. I have bands too. If you want some heavy bands.
Exactly. So yun nga eh. So that for you, that's like the entry level of getting started with your own home gym.
Yeah, pretty much.
So if there's one piece of equipment that people should not skimp on, what would it be? Like, what should you invest your money in? Let's say, if you were to purchase one single piece of equipment that's high quality, that'll last you a long time, things like that.
This is pretty tough. But if you're gonna think about, let's say, someone who's gonna start a home gym, syempre, if they don't really want to invest in the entire home gym yet, ayun, you get your dumbbells and you get your adjustable bench. So I think, if you're not gonna skimp on anything, just make sure at first your adjustable bench is nice. Because I see it often where people just buy the cheapest adjustable bench, mga 3K, 4K. And what happens is within like 2 months, and they're gonna start upgrading. And the thing about the cheap adjustable benches is that you can't really resell them for any value at all. Yeah, so the first, if you're not sure if you're gonna go full home gym, the most important thing would be a nice adjustable bench.
Okay.
But if you're gonna go full home gym, that would mean you'd have to, you have to go for a quality rack at least, and then a quality bar.
Yeah.
Same thing then. Basically, you see a lot of people na after 2 to 3 months, they're gonna look for an upgrade, especially for their racks. If they got a cheap rack that was, well, some of the some badly welded ones, badly locally welded just from some random guy. Usually those don't hold up well. Like the steel is thin. I think you have the same experience, no?
I've had, man. So I took what was that? We had a rig that was not really a adjustable bench by itself. It was an adjustable bench combined with like a mini rack.
Yeah.
So it was like screwed on together. So what I did was I took off the bench, I screwed it off, and that's been my bench right now. But I did notice there's like, it moves a bit, especially the cushions. Like when I start to go a little bit heavier, the screws kind of come off, so I always have to tighten it. So I think you're right about getting a quality adjustable bench. And what else do you think that what about the bar?
The bar definitely want to get something nice. I think the shitty ones are the ones with the bolted ends.
Bolted ends.
Yeah, like the one with, I'm not sure, is it? Yeah, there's a bolt on the end. Those are the ones that make a sound when they're spinning. Those also kind of come off after a while. And that's usually, I know, that's usually around like the 2,000 to 3,000 mark then. So
Okay.
if you can avoid that, that would be better. Might as well go for something around 7K and above from a proper supplier.
Quality, but it lasts you a long
Yeah,
time.
and make sure it's a 20 kg bar.
Okay. Paano kung 17.5, may discount ba yun?
Wala rin yung refund, bro.
So, if you were to go back in time as a newbie lifter, with the knowledge that you have now on bodybuilding, nutrition, exercise, what would you do differently?
Okay, the first thing would be technique.
Technique.
Especially when it comes to training. So yeah, most of my training now has been based on watching my like lifting videos, assessing how I can improve my form, improve my technique. So ayun, it's more than just adding more weight to the bar na now. It's
Right.
also making sure every rep is of better quality every session.
Exactly. And that's the thing. A lot of people think that progressive overload is just about adding weight, adding sets, adding reps. What they don't know is that adding tempo, adding pauses, even shortening your rest times, or even being more explosive in the movements is a form of progressive overload. So, I mean, there are so many. I guess if you keep on increasing the weight, there is a greater risk of injury, especially if you are ego lifting. So I guess that is the safer form or the safer way to progress without having to risk injury. Add some pauses, add tempo, and I've really benefited from, like what you said, paused squats. Like I think those really helped my quads, and that's what you incorporate, right?
Yeah, so aside from like just adding the pauses, or just thinking about technique in general, there was also like a time, yun nga, ego lifting, 2017, 2018, and especially in 2018, yun nga, I went from one leg day per week into 3 leg days per week. That was when I noticed na, shit, I can't get away talaga with shitty form.
Yeah.
If I'm training heavy legs thrice a week, like that really broke me na parang my lower back kept getting sore.
Yeah.
And it's not the good sore, like probably like borderline injured, but just enough.
Borderline injured, but still training.
Yeah. Still in the gym every day, like 2 to 3 times a day.
Yeah. So do you see yourself continuing with your powerlifting anytime soon? Are you going to join a competition, or are you going to focus on bodybuilding for now?
So most likely I will still do powerlifting sometime next year, because my next prep for bodybuilding will be in 2022. So yeah, I have an entire year on my off season. So that entire 2021, I'm not sure yet, will I just be training more as a bodybuilder, or if I'm going to find a way to sneak a meet prep in there.
Got it. So how about there's this question for a lot of beginners, and they're wondering what is your protocols for, I guess in a way, recomping? Because a lot of people ask, how do you build muscle, lose fat at the same time? So what would you recommend to them?
Yeah, so I think you also get this question a lot on your Q&As.
Every single time.
Every time, like 4 to 5 people are asking the same damn question. I don't think I've answered this like in maybe 3 to 4 months, just because it just keeps popping up.
And, okay, so right now.
All right, so for recomp, I think it's important, first of all, for people to realize that when you're doing recomp, it's not the fastest, like it's not the most noticeable thing. As opposed to, let's say, if you're cutting, you're pretty much going linear, losing fat loss. Every week you see something different visually.
Exactly.
And if you're really bulking, you'll notice your weight go up, and you'll notice your lifts go up pretty significantly. But if you're on recomp, it usually takes around like 2 to 3 times the duration of either one before you actually notice the results.
Exactly, because it's like when you see the muscle, you won't really see it grow, and at the same time you're not going to see the fat really be lost. So I mean, it could actually be you're losing fat, you're building muscle, so you're going to end up, it's like it meets in the middle.
Yeah.
So it looks kind of the same for the longest time until somebody starts getting leaner, and that's the only time you will see progress. But don't expect for that to happen till like, gosh, I can't even give a good time
I would
frame.
give it at least 3 months.
3 months.
Within your progress photos. Like you look from day one until like the end of your third month. That's kind of when you see a good difference. And then check that, and then check your every 6 months. But again, it takes forever.
Exactly. So for people who just, let's say, want to maintain their body weight, they want to maintain their body composition, what should they do?
What to do? Is this just maintaining body
Yeah,
composition or
like
like
same weight.
recomp?
No, as in they like the way they look right now, and they just want to stay that way.
And that's no fun, bro. Always got to get better. So for that, for maintenance, I think it's more on, well, you're still definitely going to have to lift progressively.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to stay the same. I mean, some people want to stay the same. But yeah, in most cases, you probably don't really want to stay the same. You still want to build your muscles. So make sure you're still lifting with progressive overload in mind, getting enough recovery, and most likely upping your protein intake. That usually helps a lot.
But yeah, that's the thing, right? I mean, if you want to stay the same, you want to look the same year round, well, you won't really have to train as consistently. I mean, you still have to train, but your volume definitely decreases than if you want to build muscle, if you want to lose fat. I mean, yeah, it's just boring though.
Yeah, there's really not much needed to maintain your muscle.
Yeah. As long as you're eating your protein and you're
Yeah.
training regularly kahit papano, I mean, di naman 2 or 3, I mean, not like 3 or 4 times a week. You can probably get away with 2 to 3 full body workouts. 3 might even be a little excessive.
Yeah, you can get away with two,
Yeah.
most definitely.
As long as it's full body.
Yeah.
So, here's another question. Somebody asked, what is the perfect program
dude.
for skinny fat people?
All right. So I never answer questions on Q&As that ask for perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's really nothing perfect.
Exactly.
Only most appropriate given the context. I think that's the best way to explain.
Yeah.
But it's the same, no? It's the same between whatever. If you're skinny fat or you're fat, it's the same training. It's still progressive overload on basically most of your standard compound movements and some isolation movements.
Yeah, that's right. Because, I mean, if you're just going to always name things like this is the perfect program, the most ideal, the most optimum, the most efficient, what's efficient for one person may not be efficient for another. Because I know what benefits me is around 3 to 4 days a week of training. And for some people, they can't pull that off because their lifestyle is just different. So a program not adhered to, even though it's a good program, is still a bad program.
Yeah.
So whatever somebody can adhere to, whatever they can do consistently, there is really no perfect, there is no ideal. It's just whatever they can follow for themselves and whatever they can incorporate into their lifestyle.
Pretty
So
much, dude.
that's what I think. We're back, guys, and first I want to give a shout out to Gains for Days. They got me this really cool tumbler. It has a blender ball in it. It's 600 ml, and it came with like a little container for the protein. It's for protein. Anyway, really good. Love it. Grant, you got one too, right?
Yep.
Yep.
That's pretty nice.
Yep.
Comes with the funnel thing with the spoon.
Yeah, it's to sample your product.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. So, Gains for Days, thank you for the tumbler. And we are back with the next question. So, full day of eating. What does a WNBF Pro eat in a single day?
All right, so I'm cutting now. Not working so well. Siguro mga 5 weeks or 6 weeks in, I'm down like 5 pounds or something.
Wala nang beach trips eh.
There's not enough motivation. So yeah, I'm targeting around below 2,200 calories. Sometimes it's like 1,800. Sometimes it's like 3,000. Depends on the day.
And what's your body weight right now?
Right now it's 160.
160.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I eat is basically whatever we have at home.
Mm-hmm.
So and breakfast is your standard breakfast and like an egg, rice, longanisa, tocino,
Mm-hmm.
what else? Corned beef, whatever.
Yeah.
Lunch would be my more protein-based meal. So that's when I'll usually have whatever meat we have. So minsan, that might be like chicken thighs or some fish. I don't know, whatever we have. And then for dinner is really same thing. Whatever we have at home, I'll just eat that. So that's rice and whatever ulam we have. And then after that meal, I usually have mga 3 scoops, 2 to 3 scoops of protein para lang panghabol.
Shit, 3 scoops all at once.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. If I'm having a good day with protein, I won't really have my whey, but
Yeah.
you know, that's usually not the case at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing for me. I mean, for breakfast, same thing, rice, eggs, bacon, corned beef. Basta preservative meat usually. So rice and preservatives with an egg. That's usually the standard breakfast. Tapos yung lunch, whatever also at home. Or sometimes, wala eh. Yung if you're super busy, sometimes that lunchtime is not even around lunchtime anymore. Like, since Pat and I are always like out doing shit, sometimes by mga 2, 3 p.m. is the time na we have our lunch na. So we sometimes just order na lang, order out, or whatever was left in from lunch. Same thing, ulam, rice. Tapos snacks in between, I usually have 2 bags of peanuts a day because that's how I get my calories in. Right now, I'm trying to at least hit 3,000 calories. That's the bare minimum. Like, I don't want to go below 2 because I lose weight really quickly. So keep it above 3,000. Sometimes mga 3.2, 3.3. I'm currently 176. So yeah, 2 bags of peanuts. That's an instant 1-2 calories.
Shit.
And it's like, I mean, those are the dieting tricks that are easy. It's easy to bring around. Eat it while you drive. So after that, I've noticed I've been gaining more weight because I've been drinking mass gainers na. So mass gainers for me, Pro Gainer, Optimum, that's always been my mass gainer of choice just because I like the macros. There's 60 grams of protein per scoop and 80 grams of carbs, and the fat's around 10, 15, mga ganun.
Not bad.
Yeah, dude. 600 calories. 600 calories.
That's fast, dude.
So two bags of peanuts, 1 scoop of the Pro Gainer, that's already 1.8 calories. So the rest, dinner time, ice cream, rice and ulam, same thing. What about you? What's your supplement stack? What are you taking right now?
Before I get to the supplement stack, yeah, nung 3,000 calories ako, that was also when I was having ice cream like with every meal, dude. Every meal.
That's the only way,
dude.
man.
It's really the fastest way.
Yeah.
Alright. So supplements, alright. Usually just creatine, pre-workout, and whey protein, and then some melatonin at night. So my creatine right now is I think it's NutriBio. Yeah, NutriBio, and then pre-workout is Total War. So I've been using Total War, I think, the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's been like the most consistent one na siguro. Just changing flavors when I can. And then for protein, it's my protein and 3 scoops. It's probably one of the cheapest ones kasi that's why I got like the 11-pound bag.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've been having, 3 scoops straight. Just plain vanilla flavored, but it just kind of tastes like milk.
Di naman nakakasuya.
I mean, it's easier because I think there was a time when I got like an 11-pound bag that was like chocolate mint.
Ooh,
And
I've tried that.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for the first
Yeah.
pound, and then I think the rest of it, medyo I couldn't
Force
finish it.
feeding na.
It was force feeding.
Same thing,
talaga.
dude. I tried that in the mint. It was, I think most proteins naman eh. If it's not a standard flavor, if it's like medyo like strawberry, banana, or something like peanut butter, it's good for a while. And then every day that goes on after a month, medyo nakakasawa na.
It definitely gets worse over time. But I mean, that's why I got that's why I got vanilla because it really kind of just tastes like milk.
Mm-hmm.
Especially this one, kasi medyo malabnaw lang talaga siya.
And you can add veggies to it. I mean, veggies. You can add fruits to it, banana, whatever, peanut butter.
I just go straight for like milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Gardenia Black Forest Loaf? What about that? Is that incorporated into your meals?
That is
Like
definitely
22 grams of protein, bro. Ah.
That is definitely a supplement right there. Dude. That is the equivalent of steroids of bread.
The steroids of bread.
I'm just kidding, bro. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when you look at the macros for it, everybody, it's not right. Do not follow it. It says it's 22 grams of protein per scoop. So what they're pretty much saying is it's the same amount of protein as 100 grams of raw chicken breast. Put the chicken breast next to the 2 slices and tell me if that looks like 22 grams of protein.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of believable to some extent if you have 22 grams of protein in there, but it's definitely not a quality source.
Yeah. And it's not, I mean, if you look at the ingredients, it's not even like whey. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they say
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think it's like wheat protein or something
Although,
like that.
like when I checked the profile of Vital Wheat Gluten, because I bake my bread sometimes too.
Yeah.
Kind of retired from baking though.
Oh
But
man, if you guys have seen the bread that Grant makes,
yeah, dude, it's
unbelievable.
fun. Kind of miss that shit. Yeah, if you check Vital Wheat Gluten, I think per cup it's the same macro profile as like a scoop of whey, basically, ganun. And then if they're using, let's say, non-fat milk, which but I doubt. And then if I don't know if there's some protein in the chocolate, which I also kind of doubt. But yeah, there's a possibility that it could have 22 grams, but it probably does not.
What do you think? 20% chance, 30% chance?
I would say reasonable to have like 15 grams of protein. 15 grams max. That's as far as I'll go.
And that even depends if they're using that kind of what did you say, like
the wheat gluten, I don't know, high protein flour or whatever.
What do you think? No, or
yeah,
maybe
no. It's really max 15 talaga. Like I can't. Not I don't see anything more.
Okay, so you heard it. So the Gardenia Black Forest Loaf. Do not follow it, guys.
I'm still gonna eat it.
It's still good.
Yeah, it's still
it's
pretty
good naman eh, no?
And it's high calorie if you need if you just need your calories in, go ahead.
So another question is, what was the most memorable bodybuilding competition that you've joined so far?
Definitely Muscle Mayhem. So yeah, I think you talked about it a while ago. You saw the pictures. That was really just my show to fanboy. So yeah, because I saw it the previous, like the 2 years before that. Parang 2017 and 2018 Muscle Mayhem was like super packed. Like it seemed to be the closest thing to Worlds in terms of the attendance. So I was like, shit, okay, if I'm gonna choose a show and I have to secure my pro status, I might as well just go to the nicest show, the one where I could meet the most people.
Were still Jeff Nippard there, Alberto Nunez?
Yeah, so Nunez was there. I have a picture with him also. Basically the entire 3DMJ was there. I saw Jeff Nippard. I didn't get a picture with him. Parang he left, or he was watching the show, but he didn't go backstage, so I couldn't really see him.
So audience lang siya.
Yeah, audience lang talaga siya.
Okay. So, what does it feel like to be a WNBF Pro?
It's the same, dude. Fuck. It's not like we have pro shows in the Philippines, no.
Exactly.
So I'm not exactly excited about it, no.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I mean, I get like a pass to compete elsewhere, like spend a shit ton of money and time just to compete somewhere else. Whatever. Exactly. It's fun.
That's the way I see it too, as in it's like, what does it feel like to be a pro bodybuilder? Same thing. It's just that you join a different division when you compete now. I mean, that's how I see it.
Yeah, dude, you just get harder competition. Fuck,
Yeah.
it's there's nothing special about it.
Yeah, dude, the pro card, I just keep it behind my Vikings loyalty card.
It's the same.
Same.
That's a discount card sang siya napupunta.
So one last thing, what advice do you give to people who want to progress in the gym? What is your overall word of advice for them? They want to progress, they want to maybe enter into bodybuilding, they want to try powerlifting. What do you think?
I think that would be to lift. Not sure if it's the right word, but maybe to lift honest.
Lift honest.
Yeah. Like, you see a lot of people saying they're doing something RPE 8, RPE 9, and they're actually just half-assing the reps, shitty form, ego lifting. So you have to be honest with yourself, I guess. Just remind yourself na, okay, I'm doing this for myself, not for anyone else. So just, don't lie to yourself na parang, okay, I'm doing a good job, but in reality, it's nothing special.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I see a lot of guys coming up now, and what they're trying to do is, they try to kill themselves in the gym all the time. They're trying to just lift the most weight. They're trying to tire themselves out after every training session, and they're forgetting what it's like to actually use the muscle to lift the weight, what it's like to actually feel the muscles, the quality the quality reps, and it's just everything is being rushed. And that's the whole mentality. They want to get there as quickly as possible, but if you want to last long in this game of bodybuilding or fitness in general, the more quality reps you put in, the more time you put in, the more likely you are able to adapt this fitness and bodybuilding into a lifestyle. And I think for me, that's the most important thing. Make bodybuilding a lifestyle, make fitness a lifestyle, and find a way to incorporate it into your everyday life. Okay, three, two, one, and go. All right, so before we go, for anybody who wants to follow you on social media, where can they follow you?
So you can follow me if you haven't followed me already. That's @_Greglifts on Instagram. If you want to follow me for my food pics, that's @_Greg Eats. And if you want to buy some gym equipment, that's on @ironsupply.ph. So you can also check out the website for that. www.ironsupplyph.com. So if you guys need gym equipment, head over there.
There it is, guys. WNBF Pro Grant Teng, podcast number 3. Hope you guys enjoyed. Back next time with another guest. And yeah, guys, take care. Bye-bye.